So again, this is the teaching side of the same game, namely Fox and Hounds, the alternative with the 4 foxes. And basically it is the same game, it follows the same cognitive rules, goals that we have for the children. And the main difference is it has an increasing complexity compared to the original game. Also, because it builds up on the initial game, the high level of motivation and fun stays with it. But my advice would be to leave some time between these games, simply because of the complexity. We want the children to think and understand the position, the moves, and because these are, well, a higher complexity, they need some experience and training in strategical thinking altogether. And also one game lasts so 5 to 8 minutes if you need just an estimation. So the game rules are again as followed. You can just stop and read through them if you want. I did exchange maybe one important rule that I will explain soon. It's about the perfect play. But, the main thing is, again, we want the children to think about the moves. And the biggest risk that we have is that they just start playing just random silly moves until by chaotic resonance somebody wins. What is there to do about it? Well, first of all, the tactical puzzles. And again, I don't know what's the best path of bringing them in. But for example, in my own weekly courses in the schools, I did bring up this version, and the children had fun, but basically nobody was thinking about any of their own moves. And therefore I had to stop it and instead bring up some of the positions that were played and set it up and ask the children what we need to do, what there is for interesting ideas, how to get the progress. And the best students did come up with a solution, and they did explain it to me, but basically all the other children listened to it and they understood it themselves. And by doing this, they got some initial idea of what to do, how to play, and where to look at the board to get an advantage. And therefore, feel free to bring the tactical puzzles a bit earlier. Also, they are not supposed, in this case, to be just rushed and finished, but maybe some kind of a bit of playing, then the easier puzzles, then a bit more playing, then the other puzzles. And in the end, finally, you can really analyze a position and, bring the cognitive development that we want to achieve by doing this game. So there is, I guess, a perfect play by forcing black into a Zugzwang, and I will show it over the board. That's the final part for this video, and this is something that the students came up with, and what they found, the best of them, they did found this solution where they just put up 2 of the foxes on the edge and simply did nothing further on. And the whole idea is that black has to move the wolves ahead, and sometimes finally he runs out of moves and white basically wins. This solution might happen because I neglected one rule. Basically, I came up with the game myself just spontaneously during the week. And later, when I read it up, there was a similar game where the sheep are not allowed to go back. So this perfect solution probably doesn't exist in the correct way of this game. But in terms of the series, the strategical game, it's already enough if the students came up to this point how to play the game and how to win. It is really more than enough for us to achieve, since this requires a lot of new aspects of the game. For example, you are not rushing, you are playing patiently, and you have a completely full idea what you want to achieve during the game. Since most of my games run that way, that's why I put up these positions and then try to do something, and in the end basically lost almost all the time. So that children can have a lot of fun. There are a lot of different strategies that you can try. There is also a perfect solution if you want to complete the game and skip it. And finally, it is just an optional game if Fox and Hounds altogether is something that you think is suiting for the situation. But with it, the teaching part is already done. Keep a note on the tactical positions and do a good mix out of playing and explaining through the tactical positions how to play this game correctly. That's my whole advice.